You can now export hairstyles, clothing or other items from one character and import them into another without needing to reapply ownership. As well as this, you can now delete patches without disrupting the ownership of the remaining patches. This makes it much easier to mix and match different clothing items for an animated character. You can now import control point positions without importing the patches. I'll demonstrate this by importing Lucy's mouth into this character without deleting any patches or stitching them back together. First, I specify which patches I want to update by showing their cages exclusively. Then I select Import Control Points Replace and choose the file. All I need do now is adjust the size and position and smooth out some of the control points for a seamless finish. This operation works because the patch names and the number of control points match. This feature makes it possible to create fixed facial expressions in modeling mode and import them into a single character for animated expressions. Here we have Lucy with her ownership cleared as indicated by her grey control cage. Instead of manually applying ownership to Animator, we can now import ownership from another file. Conceptually, this is much the same as importing control point positions, but instead of importing positions, we're importing ownership for the specified patches. Currently, the number of coloured tabs in the part nodes must match. Importing ownership is very helpful in aiding consistent rigging when you have multiple variations of a character. Here we have this simple round-faced character with very large eyes, and here we have Lucy. We can create a new character by fusing the two. This can be done by selecting Import Control Points, and then instead of selecting Replace like we did before, select Mix. This sets up a model mixer node referencing the two files. Clicking Mix creates an equal blend of the two faces. Use the Index field to select the file and the Weight field to adjust the blend. By setting Lucy's weight to 2, we create a blend that is 1 part round face and 2 parts Lucy. I like it. I like it like this, and even more with the lips coloured. You can manually add any number of models to the mix. Here I'm adding this character, so we now have a blend of 1 part round face, 2 parts Lucy and 1 part Snow White, so only a quarter has been added to the mix, but I think it looks cuter, especially when giving the head a twirl. Okay, let's import Lucy's hair and adjust to fit. Beautiful. This isn't AI, but blending models offers much the creative power seen in AI-generated art, letting us quickly generate new characters from existing ones. And when we only use our own models, every result is derived from our own handcrafted work. The character bar now features a sphere composed of 3 mirrored patches. Just insert a control line for the ear, one for the neck, delete, and you're off to a smooth start. This makes it much easier to model a head with a naturally rounded crown. It's so much easier when you start with a nicely shaped head, whether you're aiming for a cartoon or a more realistic style. Now when you move your mouse close to the selected joint, you'll see a circle appear. This is the trackball rotation zone. If you begin dragging inside this zone, you can rotate freely in all 3 dimensions. This means you don't need to rotate your view as often as you would when using the rotation levers, which limit rotation to 2 dimensions relative to the view. However, this much freedom can easily lead to confusion about what's happening, so it's not a replacement for the rotation levers, but it is a nice option to have.